Hello and welcome to the first gameplay video of State of Fortune. And this is a multiplayer game, currently focusing on building things and doing some farming. There are two different game modes. It's the game and playground. Playground being where you can build whatever you want, wherever you want, and game being that you need to buy your land and make money and so on and so forth. This is what you will see when you log in. You have a menu with some graphical options and things like mouse sensitivity in case you think that the mouse moves too quickly. You also see some money in the top right corner. You have green, yellow and red stones, where 100 green stones is the same as 1 yellow, and 100 yellow is the same as 1 red. Let's click on return to game and see where we are. So you spawn next to a spawn obelisk. You currently can't do anything with it. That will come in a future update. You can see that you are on a plane in something like a city center. There is a shop where you can buy some things, and on the right hand side you see your action bar. So let's have a quick look around. There are some mountains and something like a dried out river going through the land here. There are a couple of buttons that's important. One of them is the E button. When you click it, you open your inventory. You start with 4 items. One is some wheat seeds. With wheat seeds you can plant wheat, which slowly grows, and then you can farm it and make some money. You start with a rusty hoe, with which you can make fertile land, on which you will then plant the seeds. And you start with a rusty scythe, with which you can farm the wheat once it's full grown. You also start with a compass. The compass currently points towards the closest spawn point, which is not very far away, but you can also set it to point towards one of your plots that you have bought, for example. When you place the icons on the right hand side here to the 1 to 9, and then I leave the inventory, you can see that they appeared on my action bar. Let's have a quick look at the shop, with a little shop lady standing here. Here you can buy some things. You can buy more seeds, which will be handy to make more wheat. You can also buy a new hoe and a new scythe, which doesn't really make sense unless you accidentally sell them, because at the moment they do not break. Selling, well, you can sell everything you have. So let's have a quick look. As you can see, there are signs pretty much everywhere, which says for sale. And that's the land that you can buy. So if I click on one of these, you can see that this one costs 30 redstones, which is very, very expensive. The reason for it being so expensive is that it's really close to the city center, and city centers are handy to be close to because, well, they have the store and new players will start here. And let's have a quick look around. You can also run by double tapping forward. So I do that, I move a bit quicker. The further away from the city center you get, the bigger the lots get, and also the cheaper they get. So let's move away some, maybe see what's on the other side of this hill. Looks a bit like a forest. It's a forest area. So they now dropped in price. It's still too much for me, but as you can see, it's also bigger. They used to be 10 by 10 and they're now 10 by 25, the plots. So they grew significantly without getting a lot more expensive. So let's run a little bit further away from the city center. Once you've made a lot of money, you can more easily come into the city center and buy closer plots. It became more expensive again because the plots increased in size. So I think that if I just run a little bit further, I will be able to find a nice plot. There's a river going through the landscape, and the sun is setting. Okay, I think that I'm starting to get quite far away, but as you see, the price is still too big. This is why it's handy to have a compass, because otherwise it will be very difficult to find your way back, possibly. I'm now leaving the inner part of the city, so there is some empty space in between the city and the bigger farms in the outside of the city. So here there are plots coming in, and they are now starting to get bigger and bigger. So 25 by 55, it's now starting to get very large. The plot prices do not seem to be agreeing with me. Well, let me do like this. I will pause the game for a second and decrease the price of the plots, because I don't think this was really my intention. 1 second. And we're back. Well, that's what happens when you make a video at the same time as you're playtesting the game. I will have a look at the correct prices eventually, but I dropped them so to be able to actually buy something. And we can go ahead and highlight the land. And we can see that this is quite a large plot. We will be able to build quite a lot on this one. And then we can go ahead and buy it. We now own this plot, and we are a lot poorer. So there is a new thing that appeared in our inventory, which is the plot deed. With it you can, for example, let's put it into here, and show the borders, so it turns it on and off. You can sell it and everything that's on it. You can quick travel to it, which currently only costs 2 greenstones because I'm really close to it. That's one of the other reasons why it's handy to have a plot close to the main spawn point with a store, because then you can get there quite quickly. And you can also show it on the compass, so the compass will start pointing to this plot instead of to the spawn point. You can also give it a name. Bennett. Right, so on the action bar we now will be able to use some items. As you can see, there are numbers next to each item, so you can switch to them using the numbers on your keypad or on your keyboard, or you can use the scroll wheel to go up and down. There is also another icon or another button on your keyboard that's very handy, which is the B button for build. And here you can build structures and so on, and you can also do things like level the land and plant and remove trees. Let's go ahead and level the land. As you can see, there is a new icon on my action bar, which is the number 0 with a little icon that I'm currently leveling my land, and it's automatically selected for me. And as you can see, I'm moving the little green dot around. What I can do is I can drag it, so click and drag, and then I can level a big area at once to make it perfectly square. Let's have a look. If I now grab my rusty hoe, I can go ahead and make some fertile land. With a fertile land, I'm now able to plant my seeds, and I get little grass things growing on. Click here. This will slowly grow and grow, and once it's nice and bright yellow, I can use the rusty hoe and click on it, and wheat will appear in my inventory, and then I can go sell it in the store and make some money. Let's have a quick look. What you also can do is we can build things. So you can choose how many you want to place at once. You can choose what kind of form, and you can choose what kind of texture you want things to have. So I can, for example, place a pillar, so 10 high, cylinder of some stone structure, and when I click, I place it down. I can also hold down the Q to level land quickly, so I can hold it down, the icon that changes on my action bar, and then I can quickly go ahead and level some land, for example. I can also, of course, then build houses. So let's grab some bricks and a wall. Walls are thinner than normal squares. And maybe place a door, for example. Should probably have some walls around the door as well. And up there as well. Right, so I have a little house without a roof or a ceiling. On my land, I'm the only one who is able to open and close doors. So if you want to lock something away, you can just place a door, and you will be the only one who can go in there, unless someone's sneaking with you when they come. On your land, you're the only one who is able to place things and remove things. So for now, at least, eventually I'm guessing that you will be able to do it with friends as well, and have some land together. There are also some other kind of forms, as you could maybe see, like stairs and slopes. So if I grab some slope with one high of some wood, I can then well, make something slopey. Same goes for stairs. Might be happy to make some nice looking roof or something else. There are also two kind of shapes for slopes and stairs. It's the manual one and the automatic one. The manual one is always placed away from you, so if I click, then it places the slope away from me, while the automatic one tries to figure out what you're trying to do. So if you place two next to each other, they will understand that you're trying to make a ramp or something like that. That might be handy for quickly making a roof. They might not do exactly what you want though, if you want to make something special or something very specific. I think that's about it. Thank you very much for watching, and I will talk to you later. Bye bye.